Hello, my name is Jack Colreevy, Associate Director at Barclay Pearce Capital. Welcome to our corporate showcase. Today in the studio with me is Anthony Tolfs, CEO of H2X Global. Thanks for your time, Anthony.
Jack, what a pleasure to be here on my third time on the corporate showcase. So, great to be back.
Always great to have you. And for those who are unfamiliar with H2X Global, they're leaders in hydrogen fuel cell electric vehicles. And we'll go over some of the news that's coming up for an exciting company such as H2X. So let's start with corporate governance. I understand that you're bringing on a new board member.
Absolutely right, Jack. So we've been signaling for some time that H2X is looking for a European automotive leader to come on and join our board as we head towards an IPO. And we're excited to finally say that we brought on Georg Zampeker onto our board, and he's currently the Chief Innovation Officer of Toyota's Innovation and Solutions Division. So just a great person to have with us at H2X. He fills out a gap that we had in terms of really getting supply chains sorted out and just helping us with the latest and greatest technology and innovation from his background.
Yeah. So Georg works for Toyota. So yes. They're a key supply partner for you. How does that relationship work?
Absolutely right, Jack. Toyota supply our fuel cell across all of our vehicles. And, we see Georg coming on board as, in fact, just a deepening of that relationship that we already have. So Toyota have visited us 7 times in the last 18 months, including most recently last week. And we're going to return the favor. Our chairman, James Walker, and I will be visiting various Toyota offices in Japan next month.
That would be really exciting to see how the sausage is made in the Toyota.
In the fuel cell, absolutely right. And Toyota really lead this space, and it's going to be great to actually see where the magic happens, where the fuel cells are made, and look at the people behind the Toyota vision, which is very impressive. I think we were talking about earlier how Toyota are now partnering with BMW in the luxury market, and that's great for us because when someone like BMW joins with Toyota and makes some incredible vehicles that are not in our space, it just increases the adoption of the hydrogen fuel cell and the powertrain, and just gets the fuel cell refueling stations throughout Europe just increased. So by Toyota and BMW coming together, it's just going to accelerate that movement towards the point of inflection on the hockey stick, and just leads to that wider adoption across the market.
Yes, but critical to what you were just saying before, which is they are very much focused on the retail space, Absolutely. H2X on the commercial side. So let's move on to your first vehicle, which is going to the very first customer, the Warrego. Do you want to touch on where that's at?
Oh, look, Jack, super excited about this moment for H2X, our first production vehicle. Now, it's been ready for a little while, but it's been going through a roadworthy process in the Netherlands to be accredited for use on roads in Europe and the UK. The process is taking longer than we expected, but it's the first of its kind. It's the first four-wheel drive that's powered by hydrogen in the world. And so it's taking a bit longer to get the necessary accreditation. We're confident that's going to happen in early October, so early next month. We then look forward to delivering it to our customer, Renova, who are a company owned by the Swedish government, who did an incredible job of reuse and recycle of waste. Before we hand it over, we'd like to do a bit of a celebration, of course, internally, and just show the vehicle off in some of its capability.
Yeah, I mean, celebrating the wins is always very important. And it is exciting to see what Renova are doing. They're very much sort of leaders in the space in terms of waste incineration, harvesting the biogas, turning it into hydrogen to then put into their vehicles. It's really getting that circular economy going, which is really sort of exciting. So post delivery of that first Warrego, what's next directly after that?
Yeah, and look, and you're actually right, Renova, incredible company moving towards a net zero state by 2050. They've got some targets before now and then, but really for a company that incinerates waste to get towards net zero, I think they're doing just an incredible job. Beyond Renova, we have got at least half a dozen tenders with various European and Scandinavian governments or state-owned enterprises currently underway, and we look forward to them dropping. In fact, 2 days ago, we had a serious government sort of come and visit our site with a view to buying more of our Warregos to replace a diesel four-wheel drive.
And so there seems to be a lot going on in Europe. What about Australia?
Look, we are H2X are proudly and will always be an Australian automotive company. At the moment, the hydrogen is still a very new industry. we were super excited by the hydrogen strategy that came out last Friday the 13th of September, which will see Australia transform into a hydrogen leader globally. At this stage, the market's still a bit too new for H2X to manufacture our vehicles here. But in the long run, we'd love to come back and actually make our vehicles in Australia again.
Yeah, and you're right by that in terms of it is taking a little bit longer in Australia, and that I think that's got to do with government, etc. But Australia has such a big opportunity in the space. We have so much wind, so much solar. We can definitely see this export to places that don't have those types of resources, places like Japan.
Yes. Well, and certainly the Honourable Chris Bowen's hydrogen strategy really calls that out. And as the Australia transforming into a hydrogen superpower where, targeting 15 to 30 megatons of hydrogen production per year. Europe are only doing 8 or 9 at the moment. So to have that transformation really lift the Australian hydrogen industry up to a level that is just world class. And absolutely, countries like Japan have got so many, really world leading technology and construction and manufacturing, especially of their sort of their various sort of chips and components. But Australia, we've got other benefits too that we can bring to the table.
Yeah,
so it's a great sort of partnership.
Yeah, definitely. So in terms of funding, obviously you have big ambitious plans. This will require further capital. You just had a rights issue, which just concluded with existing shareholders, which is now turned into a shortfall offer. So that's live at the moment for people who are interested in investing in H2X pre-IPO. What about IPO, where you can open it up to a more broader audience? What are the plans there?
Yeah, Jack, great question. So H2X always going to be an Australian automotive company. However, at the moment, our production is in Europe. Our customers are in Europe and Scandinavia. And so we are looking at listing in the UK on the AIM market of the London Stock Exchange. And we see that that's where our market is. Now, that said, we are not going to rule out sort of coming back to Australia and then having a secondary listing on the ASX. But at the moment, our target is really just to be where our customers, where our product is. And that's why we're targeting a UK listing.
And for those unfamiliar, the AIM market is the growth segment of the London Stock Exchange, and it offers a number of tax benefits for various investors to incentivize them to support these types of companies. And there is a big ESG focus as well. So I think it's a great home for H2X, and it's a smart decision.
Thanks, Jay. And just to touch on, you rightly said, we're currently doing an offer that's before the IPO. And the use of funds for that transaction is very simple. Finish a few more vehicles, which will unlock future contracts and allow us to have 3 models of vehicles on the road, but also to pay for the first bit of the IPO that we need to do before the actual cap raise of the transaction.
So it sounds like a busy 6 months ahead. So thank you so much for your time.
Super excited about it. Thanks for having us, Jack.
To learn more about H2X Global, please click the link in the description below.